My topic this evening is discussing time. Why do we have it, and the reasons why not to waste it. I really hate to say it, but my Shana Bet is coming to an end. And my mission just flew by. Like that, it's gone. And unfortunately, I don't think I've used it properly and to the fullest. I could probably say, it wasn't all gashmis. I didn't just go out, hang out with friends. I didn't go to dinners. I didn't just do all that stuff. Just to waste time, right? I took my breaks. I played ball. Did everything like a normal Shana Aleph kid. During your year in order to grow, you need breaks. Fine. It was all great. It was all amazing, Baruch Hashem. But then the one day I asked myself, I said, these breaks were awesome. 100%. It was all great. Free dinners, the ones I can go to, snacks, on the Hadra, now Ravanut. Going out with friends, playing ball, tournaments, etc. The question was, did I waste my time? Did I gain anything out of it? How will this affect my future? How will this going out and wasting time affect my future? Am I helping my growth? But more importantly, am I helping the growth for my kids, B'ezras Hashem, and for my wife? Am I going to be able to one day, be able to run a proper household, a proper Jewish household, and say, yes, I did it. I'm going to be able to do it. I'm just going to waste time, not take advantage of it. I know I'm here to study Hashem's Torah and go on His path, and be able to use His mitzvahs properly. I'll never forget my Shraga interview. Senior year, in the morning, got up early, showered, got dressed, had a tie on, been fresh, put a little cologne on. I'm coming down the first halls and ready to go. I walk into the Spartan Midrash because that's where Rabbi Shana was giving his interviews. I walk in, hear what's going on. I knew Rabbi Shana a little bit before that, so we had somewhat of a relationship. Ready for my bechina, ready to go. Had the bechina, talked about some ball, schmoozed a little bit. It was a good interview. I was like, yeah, there we go. Then all of a sudden, he asked the questions. The 3 major questions every kid is asked in his interview. What do you want out of your year? Why do you want to come to Shraga? How do you think you're going to grow? So I'm like, Rebbe, these are the answers. I want to come to grow. I want to be surrounded by great Rebbeim, great yeshiva, great bachurim. Be able to grow through Limudei Torah. I'll be able to one day be able to go to Beit Midrash, open a sefer, and be able to learn it. Not be nervous. Not have to be able to ask questions to Rebbeim. I don't want to be able. When I come, right? I don't want to have to worry about anything. I want to come, be relaxed. There's no curfew. I just have a good time, relaxed time. Play ball when I can, learn when I can. Be somewhat of a lamdan. Grow, whatever. Classic answers, fine. Then I was like, Rebbe, I'm like, I gotta stop. I gotta tell you the truth. The reason why I want to go to Shraga is because so one day I can look at myself. I can be like, you know what? I'm going to Shraga because I want to be a lamdan. I want to grow through Limudei Torah. I want to do Hashem mitzvahs properly. I want to be able to one day run a Jewish household properly for my wife and for my kids. Mitzvah Hashem. I want to be able to answer every single question that they ask me. Now I know it doesn't take a year or two. It takes a lifetime. But it starts here. It starts with Torah Shraga. It starts in a yeshiva like this. This is why I came in, because I want to be able to answer all the questions that I can for my kids and my wife. I'm not going to lie, I think this is the first time I ever said that to anybody, by the way. That's the truth. Second time. One time and also. I know, Schneider. Anybody? I told you? Shkaya. There was a story of a Rebbe and 2 Talmidim in a big classroom. The Rebbe says to his Talmidim, he says, you guys ready to go? Let's learn. Talmidim say, yeah, Rebbe, let's do it. All of a sudden, the Rebbe's yelling. He's yelling out the shtick of Gemara he's learning. All of a sudden, the Talmidim are like, we're right here, Rebbe. Like, why are you yelling at us? He's like, I'm not just teaching you two. I'm teaching your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids, and so on and so forth. If I fail you as a Rebbe, I fail your kids and grandkids and great-grandchildren, to being religious. It starts there. This is your year to be selfish. You're 1,000% right. You have to be selfish. The thing is, what about your future? Because it all starts here. This is how you start your future. Whenever we watch movies back then, we don't watch movies now in Torah Shaga. Whenever we watch movies, right, we always see the birth of a brand new baby most of the time. Some movies, whatever. And the parents hold the baby. And they say, what? This is the most beautiful moment I've ever had in my life. They take that baby, right? And they're like, wow, I couldn't ask God for a better gift. Now I have a question for you guys. What do you think was going through those parents' minds at that time? What do you think they were thinking about? How many tears were going down their faces when they held that baby for the first time? Now, of course, every single person is different. Everybody has different thoughts. But I will bet you and guarantee you that there was one similar thought that every single parent has. And that thought is this: I will do whatever I can to make sure that you are happy and have the best life. Now, if you don't believe me, okay, ask your Ben, ask the Grus what it was like to hold their baby for the first time. And for some odd reason, if you don't believe them, which would be dumb, because I don't know why they would lie to you, ask your parents what it was like for the first time when they held you. Did they say those words, I will do whatever it takes to make sure you have a happy and great life? Now the question is, how do we get there? Because, right now, I hope none of us did anything stupid, but Mitzvah Hashem, one day we'll be able to have kids. So, the question is, how do we get ready for that time? What do we need to do in order to reach that goal? Now, of course, the question answer is not wasting any time at all. Not wasting Hashem's time that He allows us to have to learn Torah, to learn His Torah, and do His mitzvahs. Not wasting our parents' money that they make day in and day out, that they work like dogs for, so we can have a good life. We don't want to waste any of that. We want to hold on and grasp all the time, all the free time we have, because I promise you, you may not ever get a chance to learn in yeshiva like this now. You have to hold on to the time because it's a gift from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You have to embrace it and say thank you. Now I'll give you a quick mashal if you don't understand what I was saying. In football, when the running back gets the ball, okay, of course his number one goal is what? Get a touchdown. Fine. Let's say he can't get a touchdown, right? Other than that, what should be his number one goal? What?
First down.
Other than first down.
Okay.
Sorry, next one.
Yards.
Go as far as you can.
Thank you. Don't lose the ball. Don't fumble the ball. Don't make sure you hold on to the ball for as long as you can until you get tackled, until you get to that first down or that touchdown. Because I'll tell you why. If you drop that ball, you fumble that football, you may not ever see it again. It could be the last play of the game. Or it could be a go-ahead play that can make your team win the game. You can get that first down and hold on to that football. Once that football drops, you're done. That's it. Gamarnu. You lost it. It's done. Same thing with time. The Yetzer Hara tells us and tries to convince us every single day, don't worry about Torah mitzvos, sleep, be lazy, party, enjoy yourself, have a good time, enjoy the physical world, enjoy everything else but Torah mitzvos. But that's the thing. That's the only problem. We can't allow the Yetzer Hara to defeat us. The only way to beat the Yetzer Hara is the time we use to learn how to be a Jew, to learn Torah, to go in Derech Hashem. Practice makes perfect. If you don't practice, you will never make it. You will never grow. You will never mature. My dad tells my family and me, ask Evan on this quote. My dad has a famous quote. He says, and I quote, one who fails to plan, plans to fail. That's his quote. If you don't have a set schedule every day for your Limudei Kodesh, a time where you learn, and a time, of course, take a break, fine. But if you don't have a time, you're going to fail. Now, of course, people say, oh, I don't want to learn Torah, Judah. It's not good for me. I don't enjoy it. It's a burden for me. Chas v'shalom. It's a burden for me. Why am I doing it? What's the point? Then I say back to them, you like a sport, right? You got basketball, football, hockey, any sport. I have a question. How much time did it take you to get good at that sport? I know when I was a little kid, my favorite sport, from there I was 2 years old, I was at a basketball night. I loved ball. I used to come home, I used to drop my books, I'm like, Mom, I'm going outside. I didn't care if it was snowing, raining, hailing, summer, winter, didn't matter. I was going to play ball because I loved it. But of course, it took time to love it. And of course, you know, it's basketball, so it's different than learning, of course. But what did I do in order to get good at it? I practiced. I choose my time wisely, and I practiced day in and day out. So why can't the same thing be with learning? I don't understand. We're here to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We are here to learn Torah. It takes time. It's not like a 1, 2, 3 thing you're going to get and that's it. It takes so much time and effort. It may take one person a little bit of time. It may take one person a huge amount of time. It may take a person years. But I promise you, once you fulfill that and love the Torah, you have the best feeling in the world. You know what that is? It's defeating the Yetzer Hara. The time you put into learning Torah and doing mitzvos will defeat the Yetzer Hara. And that's a better feeling. That's the best feeling in the world. The Yetzer Hara wants us not to learn. Why don't we defeat it? We should be yelling at each other, right? Oh, no, you're doing this one, you're doing that one. We should be learning Torah to defeat the Yetzer Hara. That's what it comes down to. Us learning Torah, not only is it not only does it make us happy, and should we not grow from it, but it's one of the pillars of the world. It says that if there's a second ever in the world where there's no limudei Torah, the world's destroyed. It's gone forever. The story of Chavetz Chaim and his Talmidim were in the Beit Midrash. What happened? They were learning fine, and a kid comes in, and all of a sudden the Chavetz Chaim, from his chair, he's like, oh! He gets up, praises the guy, that was it. Now the guy didn't really see it, but whatever, he recognized it. He was shocked. Talmidim were like, whoa, like Rebbe. They don't say that for me, like I'm doing this by like cold right now. I'm spitting Torah right now. I'm saying it for a random guy, 16-year-old guy. Oh, small little kippah, tits hanging out maybe, jeans, shirt. Who's he? Chavetz Chaim calls over the kid and he says, do me a favor. Tell him what you did last night. What do you mean? So last night when you couldn't fall asleep, what were you doing? He says, yeah, from 12 to 12:30, I was, couldn't fall asleep. So what did I do? I got out of bed, picked up a Gemara, learned for a half hour, went back to bed, fell asleep. Like, oh, Shkoyach, thank you. Thank you for telling us that story. The kid went on his way, and the Talmidim were like, okay, Rebbe, I don't understand. He learned Torah. I'm learning Torah now all day. He learned Torah for a half hour. What's the shot? Why'd you stand up for him? He says, I'll tell you why. For that half hour that he was learning, there was not one other person in the entire world that was learning. If he didn't get out of his bed and defeat the Yetzer Hara to learn for that half hour, not one single person on this earth would still be here. Because the world would be destroyed. Our Torah saves lives. You don't believe it. Because there's somebody in the world that's learning Torah, so that's why we're still here. That's why Kadosh Baruch Hu made the world different time zones. Because there will always be limudei Torah throughout the entire world. We say every single day, what? In HaKadosh Baruch Hu, up until He gave us the Torah, He rebuilt the world every single day. Every single day. And then He gave us the Torah, He put it on us to rebuild the world every single day. Pasuk says, do it with the Tov. What's the Tov? Every Shabbos before Mincha, right? What do we say? Don't leave my Torah. Don't leave the Tov. Because with the Tov you will rebuild this world. How builders, what do we say? Every single day, it says, we are the builders that recreate this world day in and day out. Unfortunately, I'm actually leaving towards Shraga 4 weeks from this evening. As we speak, I'll be at the airport. My time is almost done. How much time do you guys have left? 4 months? 4.5 months? And plus next year. You have another option to come learn Torah. And use your time wisely. But when you guys go back home to the real world, in a sense, and you go back home to see your friends, your family, you go to your communities, are you going to be able to call yourself a religious Jew? Are you going to be able to wear your kippah, wear your tzitzis, non-stop? Or are you going to be embarrassed in front of your friends who are in non-Jewish, non-religious colleges, who are partying day in and day out, they don't care about anything? What are you going to say? What are you going to do? Are you going to be strong? What are you going to do? If one does a sin, chas v'shalom, he could do teshuvah for it. But if one wastes time, he'll never get that opportunity to do what he wanted during that time slot. The clock ticks non-stop. Tick tock, tock, tick tock. Kadosh Baruch Hu will never ever stop the clock. It will always be ticking. Every single second, for every single minute, of every single hour, of every single day, of every single week, of every single month, of every single year, until Mashiach comes. The clock will never stop, unless what? Unless we don't rebuild it, rebuild the world, and learn Torah. Pirkei Avos says in the first Mishnah, at the end of the first Mishnah, Va'asu siyag laTorah. Make a fence of Torah. Go on the path of Torah mitzvos. Be able to live a life of Derech Hashem through His Torah and His mitzvos. Don't allow the Yetzer Hara to defeat you. That's what we're here. To use our time wisely to learn Torah. I have a question though. How come we're not going to the base all the time? How come there has to be a Hanukkah challenge, which was great, by the way. How come there has to be a Hanukkah challenge for us to, oh, Papa got us 30 hours, let's do it. How come there has to be a challenge in order for us to learn Torah and come to the base? And I hate to say, if I embarrass somebody, I apologize. Do I have to get a beer so you guys can sing at a tish and not make noise when a rabbi's trying to speak? Do you have to take your phones away when you're in the base so you don't have to play a game or text anybody? Now, of course, you're using your phones. If you want to use it for shir, b'chavod. If you want to use it to translate a word, b'chavod. To play games in the base, in the sanctuary where Kadosh Baruch Hu is there 24/7, in the place where the Yetzer Hara doesn't come in unless you use your phone. Of course. So what's pshat? Why are we here? What's the point? The sixth Mishnah of Pirkei Avos says, one day, put that phone in the box, like Levi said. I apologize that I haven't come around with the phone box. Put your phone away, because that's the only Yetzer Hara you're going to have in this space. Just your phone. The Mishnah says, make yourself a Rav, acquire yourself a friend. I have a question for you guys, serious question. Does every single person in this room know every single Rav's name, where he's from? Does every single person know in this room who is sitting next to him? He can tell me at least two things about that person. Have you used your time wisely to figure out each individual in this yeshiva that you learn with 24/7? I'm asking you. Don't tell me, yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to see that guy in a couple of years. It doesn't matter to me, whatever. You do realize that's the reason why Mashiach isn't coming. Every single Jew has to take care of one another. There cannot be any sinas chinam. If you don't like a Jew, figure out a reason to fix it. Acquire yourself the friend. The only problem I have with this Mishnah is why doesn't it say Aseh lecha rabbanim u'knei lecha chaverim? Why is it Yachid, not Rabbin? That's a different conversation. But we're in yeshiva. Don't waste time. Know every single person. Know every single Rav. Ask them questions. Make yourself a chavrusa. Get a rabbi. Get a connection with the Rav. That's the best part of your life. To have a connection with a Rebbe. You need a Rebbe in your life. I still talk to a rabbi that I had in 6th grade. Because I had a connection with him. If you don't take anything from what I just said, I apologize if it's too long. It doesn't make any sense. If you don't get anything that I just said, be selfish. Waste your time, do what you want, fine, enjoy your year, do whatever you want, doesn't matter. I just have a question. Are you so selfish that you're going to risk your friend's life? Because let's say there's not one person in the entire world learning Torah, and you come to the base, and you say, let me learn for 15 minutes. And you save your friends' lives. So one day, Mitzvah Hashem, you can come to the hospital. When your wife's giving birth, you can hold that baby and say, I know what to do because I learned it in yeshiva. I know how to start a life for you. I know how not to lead you on a path of badness. Where do you want to be in life? How are you going to... What else do you want? What more do you want in life other than Torah mitzvahs? Because that's the only emet. That's the only truth. Being in yeshiva is the most important part of your year. You have to utilize every single second that you can because it could be your last in yeshiva. Ramana Shkol, we went to Rabbi Yaakov Hillel Shlit and we asked him, Oregon asked him a Jewish question. Right? Is it better to come shine a better or go to the army? And B'Kitzer, he had a great lengthy answer, which was great. But if anybody acknowledges the last quote, I don't think this rings a bell. Rabbi Yaakov Hillel Shlit said a beautiful quote. He says, being in America, you learn how to make a living. But being here in Eretz Yisrael, learning in yeshiva, you learn how to make a life. To Torah mitzvahs, of course. I just have one quick question for you. What does the value of time mean to you? That's up to you to decide. I know what I need to do, and every single person should know what he has to do. But think, what is time? What is the value of every second mean to you? Maybe we be zocher to finish the year strong. Do a derech of limun Torah, derech Hashem. Not a year, finish the year of Gash. Not finish the year of Gashmias and in the Yitzhahara. We have to finish this year strong because we're setting ourselves up for the long run, for our future, for our kids and our wife, Mitzvah Hashem. Mizad Hashem, my bracha to you guys is that you will never allow the Yitzhahara to take over you. You will always be on the derech of Kadosh Baruch Hu, Limudei Kodesh. You will use your time wisely and make sure that the person next to you is there the next day. Because that you're learning, it may not be. We see the days of Mashiach. Amen.